Let me have my guests on the show to talk to me about what has happened till now. Ashok, he missed it in Gaba but claimed it in Bullring. I'm talking about Shardul Thakur and his 5-4.
Absolutely, and as I've been saying, he has a golden arm. He's got the knack of picking up wickets at the right time. We have been talking about Shami, Bumrah, Siraj, but as I said, we kind of overlooked Shardul. And, he was not even in the plans of Rahul because he brought him on after 39 overs. So Shardul knows whenever he comes on, he'll have to perform because he's dependent on it. Because if he does not perform, he has to make way for the other medium pacers because Umesh Yadav is sitting out, Ishan Sharma is sitting out. So he knows he's on borrowed time. So every time he walks in, he has to perform with the bat or with the ball, and he normally delivers. So today, once again, he's picked a fiver. So definitely he's turned the game in India's way, if I may say. Shami has been magnificent, Bumrah has been phenomenal. But the fact is they did not pick up the wickets the way Shardul picked up, and 5-4, especially when Siraj was unfit. It's unbelievable, and hats off to him. And once again, he told Rahul that I'm here as well. I belong here. You can't neglect me for such a long time.
Right, but Ashok, something very interesting you said, and I would like to pick on that he turned the match India's way. Do you really think at this point the match is going India's way, or is it even Stevens? Well, South Africans are right now on 195 for 7.
See, it is even Stevens, I would say. But the fact is that South Africa has to bat in the 4th innings. And we know they normally choke. That is why they have the choker stat. So if India can put some runs on the board, like if say 220, 230, 240 on the board, then it, ball is bound to turn in the 4th inning. So definitely Ashwin will also come into play. And then the way Shami and Bumrah are beating the bat, I think the luck must have run out for South Africa, especially for somebody like Dean Elgar, the number of times he has been beaten. So now I'm sure the next inning when Indian bowlers bowl, then they'll pick up the edges. So I think India is still in driver's seat, although I hope they don't let the tail wag of South Africa, because 30-40 runs lead might be a bit 20 runs too many.
Right. Sarandeep, let me ask you, you prepare for Bumrah, you prepare for Shami, you prepare for Siraj. Would you say for South Africa, Shardul Thakur came out of syllabus? Sarandeep, if you can hear me, I'm asking you about Shardul Thakur, and for the South Africans, if he came out of syllabus. I don't think he can hear me. Let me go back to Ashok. Ashok, you spoke about the South African tail, and Indians should guard against the tail wagging. But right now, they're 7 wickets down. How many runs do you expect the South Africans to score right now, given the conditions that are there?
See, the fact is, Maharaj is not a mug with the bat. Neither is Johnson. The fact is, we have to get rid of the Nagidi. Might not be special, but the fact is we should not let the tail wag. Because normally if you go, we pick up 7 wickets and then we struggle to pick up the next 3. So now we are at that 7-wicket bar. If we have to pick up now 3 wickets as early as possible, as quickly as possible. Lead of 5-10 runs will not make an issue. But if a lead goes to 30-40 runs, then maybe, it might be a bit too much for India, because it's going to be a low-scoring test match.
Sarandeep, I think we have you now. Let me get back to you with the question that I was asking you. Well, you prepare for Shami, you prepare for Bumrah, you prepare for Siraj. Would you say that Shardul Thakur for South Africa came out of syllabus?
Yes, definitely, because they haven't planned him, because they just plan about all 3 big fast bowlers. They look after them. They are the one who get wickets for India all the time. And Shardul is the bowler. You never know either he's playing the test match or not. So that's why the teams, they don't even talk about Shardul much. But the way he comes out now, I think Shardul is the most hot topic to talk about all the batsmen for all the teams also.
And Ashok, do you see India keeping him in their middle order even in the next test match, given the performance that he has delivered here in Wanderers?
Definitely so. We have been talking about Shardul as a middle order replacement for Hardik Pandya. So if he has not delivered with the bat, he has delivered with the ball. So that is the job of an all-rounder. And we all know he can bat. He's picked up 3 to 4 50s in his career, small career. So definitely he's a plus player, and he's a very unassuming. He goes under the radar kind of a guy. You normally don't rate him. And the question you asked, Sarandeep, absolutely. They must have some strategy for Shami, Bumrah, Siraj, but I'm sure the South Africans also overlooked or underrated Shardul Thakur, and they had to pay the price. And Shardul has to be a certainty in the next test match.
Sarandeep, would you say with Siraj probably bowling at 60 or 70% because of the injury that he picked up yesterday, this performance of Shardul Thakur has more than made up for his, I wouldn't say non-availability, but him not being on top of his game?
Yes, definitely. I'm not even thinking that why Mohammed Siraj is fielding. If he's not fit, he can go out. Because he's batting at number 11, he's not the one who has batted number 3, that's why he has to at the field. Go back, sit outside, take the physio and let him to be fit for the next test match or for the second innings. If his injury is not much. This is a horrible. I don't know what he's doing. He's saying you have to talk about Shardul, definitely he's the first choice of your for the next test match.
So would you say that the Indian team management here is not being pragmatic in getting him to field after he's had the injury?
Definitely. I don't know what Rahul Dravid and all the sports staff is thinking over there. If he's not going to be bowled, then why was he inside? What he's doing over there? If he says, okay, I'm going to bowl, let me see how I can bowl, how can I take more pressure. But at the same time, if you're running towards the run up and again you got your hamstring pull and then you see you were out for another 2-3 months because as a bowler, once your hamstrings will be gone, you will be out for 2-3 months and the peak of your time. I don't think Mohammed Siraj wants to do this and the team management don't want Mohammed Siraj to get out for a few months. I'm really worried for them.
Sarandeep says that he's really worried for Mohammed Siraj. Ashok, the way you look at Mohammed Siraj right now, what would you tell this guy? Go back, recuperate and don't stress yourself?
Absolutely, Rika. There's a very thin line between bravery and foolishness. This is foolishness. As Sarandeep said, as I said in the last show as well, hamstring injury for a fast bowler is a very dangerous injury. If he gets a tear, first class tear, then he'll be out for 2-3 months, maybe 6 months also. So why risk him in the field? If he's not going to bowl, then why risk him in the field? Let the 12th man come in and field for him. And absolutely right, he should be. If injury is not so severe, then try to make him ready for the second inning, because that is a make or break inning. That is where India can win the series. So I don't understand what is the thinking of the management or the support.
What's the need to push him right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sarandeep, I'll come back to you and talk about the 2 South African batsmen who got half centuries today, Keegan, Peterson and Temba, Bavuma. Tell us a little bit about how they dug in and how they kept the Indian bowlers at bay, even though they were bowling so well.
No, look, the first one, my credit go to the Peterson. The way he handled the fast bowlers, the way he handled the first session, he settled over there, he keep his calm, he leaving the ball well, he's playing really well. Once he said he got 50, you say on his face, both of the batsmen, even Bavuma and Peterson, you see the comfort zone on their faces, you can see that. And suddenly they start playing one bad shot and game is over. And especially from Bavuma, Peterson is a new young guy. We can say that he was aggressive, he can try to improvise his game and lost his wicket. Bavuma is a senior player, he's playing many years. It should be understand value of his wicket. You just got to take the crease, take a leg step, start the 0 again. Because India just take get. It's not about that India scored 400 runs and you have to say that it's too far. No. But if you face over there, you might be scored 300 runs, then you get under pressure. But all the hard work done by them, there is now nothing they will get it now.
Well, right now South Africans are 2 runs away from eclipsing India's score of 202 runs. Coming back to you, Ashok, where do you see the game going right now? South Africans taking a good lead because they are only 7 wickets down and they are on 201.
Yes, it is cause for worry, because at the moment they take the lead, then you start playing more freely. That is when runs start coming. Because the fielding side's heads go down and the batting side, they think that we have taken the lead, now we can increase the lead. And as I said before, Maharaj and Jensen are no mugs with the bat. They can hang around, they can put in a partnership. And the way Bavuma and Virenya batted, I think it must have given confidence to the South African dressing room. But I still feel sorry for the South African top order because I don't see anybody scoring 100. They get 50, get satisfied and lose their wickets. But the tail, I hope tail does not wag. That is all I'm hoping and keeping my fingers crossed.
You hope that the tail doesn't wag, but Sarandeep, does South Africa have the firepower? Or let me ask you, do they have the batting to win a test match against India, the world #1 side?
No, I don't think so. They have that batting, so they can win against India. Because what Ashok Pari said absolutely right, that you don't have a players who can score hundreds. You will get your 50s, you're in a comfort zone, that's fine, I got my 50 and lose your wicket and gone. At that time from 50, if you start scoring hundreds, then the confidence will be coming to the team. But there is no confidence into the batting lineup. So without confidence, how can you play the #1 team in the world? So I think that's a big issue with these players. First, you have to start believing yourself. Just go inside and play your game and try to win. Just go for a win. If you start for winning, then only start performing. Otherwise, it's just you're competing it. That's it.
Perhaps the Indian batters are head and shoulders above the South African batters. Right now, South Africa trail India just by 1 run and they're hoping to take a lead in the first innings in the Wanderers Test. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the broadcast this evening.